done.
You skipped one part yesterday.
What was it?
In the PDF. Can you open? Can I show it?
Sure, definitely. Let me open up. This is, I think, chapter 2. Let me open up the chapter 1. It is chapter 1, of course, right? Let me open this up.
Functions.
Okay. I will do that just a sec. I will share it. Share the screen. Okay. You go ahead and let me see. Evet, which page you said?
Last part, not page, teacher.
1.4? 1.4 we are not going to cover. This one we are not going to cover.
1.4, yes.
Yeah, we will not cover that.
Okay.
Because it's graphic with software, we don't have time for that. If we had time, then we would go over, but we don't have time. But you can actually, I mean, nice things you can see that they are about graphing. You can maybe just take a look, but we are not going to go over that.
Are we respond about it?
No, you're not responsible. Only first 3 sections you are responsible for. Okay, thanks for telling me that. All right, so before we start chapter 2, I want to talk to you about my lab. Okay, and yeah, you can see my screen, my lab, right? Okay, now let me just a sec. I want to do one more thing here. Okay, everything looks okay. Okay, so I want you to show you that's why my lab is going to be useful for us. Let me show you first the homework that I just prepared for you. I prepared 2 homework so far, and I'm going to prepare one more for chapter 1. I called this homework A and homework B, and then homework 1 is going to be on chapter 1. Homework A is orientation. This orientation is useful for to understand my lab and how to enter the information when you are doing a homework. So it's a good orientation homework that you should go through. So homework A is about that. And there's no due date here, as you will see. And homework B is about, you have to do this orientation before everything else, okay? And then homework B is about pre-calculus. This is actually, if you don't feel that you are missing pre-calculus part, you don't have to do it. But if you feel that, oh, okay, I want to just check my pre-calculus, whether I'm good at it or not, I think you should give it a try and do it. It is good to see yourselves where you are at, and it is good. And I'm going to prepare one more homework, which is going to be on chapter 1, which we covered. Chapter section 1, 2, 3, okay? And it's gonna be ready in the evening. Okay, so why did I open this up? Because we have, I want you to get used to my lab first, and I want to show you that we have this multi-library here that's very useful. I'm going to select that, and I'm going to show you a couple of things for you, and which is very useful. Okay, here you are. So, for example, you are going to get some videos here about review for calculus. So these are additional videos for review for calculus. I know it just sometimes happens that some students may not have enough background for calculus 1. So they may need to review, or maybe they learned before and they forgot about that. So this part is just for review. You can just click on, for example, we can see, let me do one thing here, just a sec. Maybe logarithms here. I'm just looking for the logarithms graphs of, where is it? Just a sec. I want to show you one. Okay, graph of exponential functions, logarithmic functions. You can see the graphs here. I mean, you can see the videos here. Let me show you one. And by the way, how is the connection? Is the connection still lagging, or is it like okay, synchronized, or just a little bit delay?
It's okay.
It's okay?
okay.
Yes.
Okay. Better than yesterday, isn't it?
Yes, better.
Okay, perfect.
We can now make some generalizations about the graphs of logarithmic functions of the form g of x is equal to log base a of x. The graph contains the point 1, 0. When a is greater than 1, the graph will rise from left to right from the fourth quadrant to the first. When a is between 0 and 1, the graph will fall from left to right from the first quadrant to the fourth. The graph will approach the y-axis but never touch it. The y-axis is an asymptote. And the domain is 0 to positive infinity, and the range is negative infinity to positive infinity. Let's look now at a problem where we will graph a logarithmic function. If the point PQ is on the graph of f of x equals a to the x for a greater than 0 and a not equal to 1, then the point QP is on the graph of f inverse of x equals log base a of x. Use this fact to graph the logarithmic function y equals log base 3 of x. Okay, let's take a look at this problem now. We're given this problem in log form. In order to get some points to put on our graph, it might be easier for us to convert this then to exponential form. So let's do that. All right, so 3 is our base, y is our exponent, and we're setting that equal to x. All right, now let's do our t-chart. And we're going to put some points over in the y column, -2, -1, 0, 1, 2. And I'm doing that so we've got a good sampling of both negative and positive numbers as well as 0. Now, if we put in a -2 for y, we've got 3 raised to the -2 power, which means that we're going to invert 3.
Okay, I'm going to just pause a little bit. I want to, my first question is, can you hear the voice?
Yes, teacher, we can.
Yes, teacher.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
My second question is, these are the resources that you can use, okay? I can show this till the end, doesn't matter, but I'm not going to do that because it's 6 minutes. It's a little bit long, and I want to just show you a couple of resources that you can get to on my lab, and it's going to be very useful because sometimes students forget about things and they may not find their professors to ask, and they can just follow these, and they are very good, okay? So you can find anything you like here. And do we have any other things in here? Yes, we do. Like, for example, if you look at if you consider the chapter 1 which we covered, there are some animations. For example, okay, finding let's see, finding values of trigonometric functions. Let's see how it works. Okay, let's run it.
In this activity, we are given the sine of theta equals the square root of 2 over 2. We are asked to find the value of the 5 remaining trigonometric functions of acute angle theta. First, we will use the definition to find the values. We can draw a right triangle with acute angle theta and label the known sides using the function we were given. Now we use the Pythagorean theorem to find the length of the third side. The term b is equal to the square root of 2, and c is equal to 2. Simplifying and solving for a gives a equals the square root of 2. Now we apply the definitions using our known values for a, b, and c. The cosine of theta equals a over c, or the square root of 2 over 2. Tangent of theta equals b over
Okay, so as you will see, there are really nice animations here. They call it animations, and we have interactive figures as well, which is combining functions, shifting and scaling. I want to show you that. This is really nice. We covered the shifting and scaling yesterday, so you would like to see it, I believe. Okay, let me see. Just give me 1 sec. Okay. Okay, Seamus is a question, I believe. Let me see. Yeah, what's your question, Seamus?
It's not about the MyLab. Hocam, I can't send any message on that meeting, and yesterday I couldn't send message to.
Okay, this is the chat issue, right? Chatting is
Yes.
in chat, you cannot write it. Okay, let me do what? I am going to write right now because each time I forget, I'm going to write the IT directly saying that why this is happening. I don't know. Did you try to actually look in the, did you try to search it on the web saying that, let's search it together maybe. Why am I getting, why can't I write on the chat on Teams, right? We can ask that. And then I'm
Yes.
sure we can get some answer. Why can't I write on the chat? Because I'm getting this question over and over. If you're unable to use chat using the chat icon, your school's IT administrator may have turned it off. If that's the case, you can message team members in any channel. Use mention with their name to send a message from any channel. Yeah. In Microsoft Teams, if you're unable, mention with your name to send them a message for a minute, blah, blah. Everyone in the team will be able to see your message. How come they are enabling you and not others, right? That's an interesting question. Like, you are using your own computer, is that right?
Yes.
Okay. I have no idea. Maybe I should send an email.
I'm gonna search myself, but I'm wondering about am I gonna be absent like that or not? I'm wondering about it.
Okay, I'm writing right now to the IT department because I'm constantly getting this from the students. So I want to make sure that, okay, I'm curious why this is happening. Öğrenciler neden, bazı öğrenciler, right? Not all of the students, some of the students are doing that. Neden Teams'te chat yapamıyorlar? Okay. Okay, because okay, sınıfımda bazı öğrenciler neden chat yapamıyorlar? Benim chat bize lazım. Yardımcı olur
Hocam,
musunuz? Okay.
Maybe I connect with the link of the Teams. You didn't add me. I connect with the links.
No, I don't think it's the case. No. I mean, you mean the team?
Yes.
Let me see. I'm gonna also forward this to you guys. Okay, and then I'm gonna also put the link so that they would see the link right away because they should know that we searched about that, right? We did all we can, but we didn't get an answer because it doesn't say any
Teacher,
answer to us in that.
can you check chat? Fatma said something.
And now, okay, let me
Yes.
check that. Okay, let me do that. He's probably attending to the lecture by invitation. He's
Yes.
not on the Teams. Are you
Yes,
on? Are you not on the team? Batuhan?
No, not for me. It's about
It's for
Shahnuz.
me.
Not Batuhan. Okay, Seamus, I'm so sorry. I missed the names. Okay. Yeah, maybe that's the case. Yeah, but it doesn't say in the explanation. So, Seamus, maybe. Okay, I'm gonna let you join. Let's see if it's gonna
you're
work now.
supposed
Okay.
to accept.
Okay. Now I just accepted, and let's give it a try. Can you write on the chat? If you did, then I have to cancel my. Not yet.
Not yet. I'm gonna dismiss and
Try
I'm
to
gonna
write
call
it
back.
down. Huh? Can you not still write? Maybe log out and get in again. Okay, Shehmus, can you try that? Okay. Okay, maybe I can. Is he here? Yes. Are you back in? Okay. All right. So, Shehmus, let me know if it works. Okay. Thank you, Fatma Ceren. Maybe it's it's the reason. Yeah.
Can you share lecture notes for functions?
Yeah. Sure. The PDF you mean, right? Okay. Yeah, I should send it. I should mail it to you. After this class, maybe, right? This is our last class.
Okay.
After today's class, I should do that. All right. So may I continue now? I think I should, right? Because time is running. But I'm curious whether Shehmus is fine. He's back in.
Yes. Thank you.
Can you chat now? Can you chat? I mean, can you write in the chat? Okay, perfect. So maybe I should just say,
It's about
please ignore.
just your permission, I think.
I see. Okay, I see. Okay, then I have to. Okay. Anyways, okay, let's go back to my lab. In the my lab, okay. So where was I? I was here. I was gonna show you shifting scaling. Okay. So this is what is this? This is GeoGebra, a software, useful software. This is gonna show, for example, look. We have the function down here. Okay, we have like some terms needed. Look, h is the one next to x. So x, this is h. One is h. Okay, x minus h. You can see. Okay, if h is a positive, so you go to the right. Okay, so or you can see it like if x plus if h is negative, on the other hand, you go to the negative side. All right. So this is about shifting to the right and left. Okay. How about k? K is about shifting up and down. Look, k is this one. K is 2 now. Okay. K could be negative as well. Okay. It's shifting 3 units down. Let's make it negative 2. Okay. And then there's this one. Okay, which is this is the number in front of x, right? You multiply x with it. It's like a you can call. Okay, so it's going to tell you the stretch. Okay, the stretching the graph vertically. Okay, all right, compressing horizontally. If you go to the negative values, look, if it is a negative value in front of that, let's see, it should go down. It's the not that, I'm sorry. No, not this one. It's the other way around. It's compressing and stretching. How about this? Okay, look, if you get to the if this number is negative in front of all of these guys, then it's gonna get the reflection. Okay, not I shouldn't. Just a sec. Yeah, I shouldn't really say that because it's not all of it. I shouldn't say that. But this is just, if it is negative, of course, parabola goes the other way around. I should correct myself. Okay, if there's negative in the front, we know that parabola is looking down. Okay, so these are some some graphs that you can see, interactive. Okay, and then graphs of trigonometric functions. Let's see this. Let's make it bigger. Okay, look at this g here. G, a times cosine 2 pi over b x minus c plus d. So as we change D or C or B or A, the graph is going to change. Let's see that. So let's see what this blue color is related to. Look at this. The blue color is A is 2. It's the height of this, okay? For the cosine. Look at that. You are stretching vertically, okay? There's this, this is A, right? A is doing the stretch, vertical stretching, okay? Okay, let's move it back here. Okay, original. Okay, so how about this? B is, where's B? B is underneath P, okay, this, so you're multiplying inside X like that, okay? What is this? Is it, look, are we doing anything horizontal or vertically? We are doing horizontal change, okay? So this is going to be horizontal stretching or compressing, right? Depending on B, right? Look at that, horizontal stretching. Okay, and then C, what is this? C is, what is C? C is the one that is added or subtracted from X. So it's a shifting to the right, right? So, right, like this, it is shifting to the right. If you go the other way around, okay, like this, it's shifting to the left. Do you see that? Okay. And
Teacher,
then D, what is
are
D?
they,
Yeah.
are they same with sin x function?
Yeah, we can, if you want, we can see it at the same time. Look, we can, no, it just shows one. Yeah, you mean we can work it with the sign as well. Is that what you mean?
Yes.
Look, for as we change D, D is gonna move it up and down. See, do you see that? D is 2, so it's moving 2 units up, and it's moving down the sin x. Do you see that? Okay. So whatever you have it, this function, okay? Sign of this function is moved up and down. Okay. So we can work through this and try and get the understanding of it easily. Actually. Okay, just a sec. What is this? I have no idea. My cell phone started to talk. Interesting. Okay. Anyways, I don't know why. No idea. Okay. So we have all these features here. There's a graphing calculator too. Let's see what it does. I think this is okay. So this is, you're just drawing the graphs. Let's see whether I can change this. Let's see whether I can draw cubed. No. Maybe I can write fourth power. Let's see if this is gonna work. Look, I draw the x to the fourth. So instead of Wolfram alpha, you can use it here too. Okay. So let's say show sin x, and it shows. You can change, for example, sin x to sin x plus 5. All right. You can always do that. This is sin x plus 5. So you can play with it. I wonder what is this thing here. It's about the alpha theta. Okay. You can put, for example, sin theta instead of x. You can also do all sorts of stuff. So that's really cool. Okay, so this is absolute value. So let's see the absolute value. Here's the absolute value function. You can move up and down if you want by changing the x here. Yeah. So you can play with it. So this is really cool. Okay, we have all these helpful resources and multimedia textbook we have for the chapter 1. Okay, and there are some videos about this. For example, you can classify a function as even, odd, or neither. Let's see one example. Let's say, let's see how they talk about this compression and reflection.
If f of x equals 2x squared minus 3x plus 10, we want to find a formula whose graph results from applying the given compressions and reflections to the graph of f of x. For part A, compress horizontally by a factor of 4 and reflect across the x-axis. So a horizontal compression by a factor of 4 comes from multiplying each x value by 4 before evaluating the function formula f. So we're going to have f of 4x because of the compression. And then a reflection across the x-axis comes by multiplying by -1
after evaluating the function formula. So to accomplish both, we need the opposite of f of 4x. That's going to be the opposite of what we get when we plug 4x into the formula for f wherever we see the variable. So the opposite of the quantity 2 times 4x all squared minus 3 times 4x plus 10. Simplifying inside the parentheses, we get the opposite of the quantity, 32x squared minus 12x plus 10. So finally, that's negative 32x squared plus 12x minus 10. For part B, we want to compress f of x vertically by a factor of 3 and reflect across the y-axis. Reflecting across the y-axis comes by multiplying each x value by negative 1 before evaluating the function formula, so we would have f of negative x, and a vertical compression by a factor of 3 comes by multiplying each function value by 1 over 3, so that's after we apply the formula for f. Both things can be accomplished using 1/3 times f of negative x. The formula we want then is 1/3 of the quantity 2 times negative x all squared minus 3 times negative x plus 10. That's 1/3 of 2x squared plus 3x plus 10. So finally, we've got 2/3 x squared plus x plus 10/3.
Okay. See, it's very useful for you, okay? So you can actually choose anything you like that you didn't understand, and you can do that. Okay, okay, very good. Everything is fine. I was just checking the recording in case, because sometimes I forget or do something else. Okay. What we're going to do, we are going to solve some problems, but I'll tell you how you're going to do that. Okay. So let's go to study plan. Okay. So let's say you finish your homework or you don't have any homework to do in math, and then you want to just solve some problems, extra problems here. Okay. So let's see what you should do. This is assigned. Let's see, study plan again. All chapters I want. Okay. So this is giving me the progress. I did it in the morning, so it's just showing that. Okay. So these are some of the parts we did in the morning. Okay. So let's say in functions, can I get your questions about some of these so that we can solve in the first hour some questions from them? And I'm going to show you some features. Like, for example, which part did you study and you weren't able to do well, so that we can do some problems here. This is section 1.1. Just choose one of them, like one section, one of these. Which one do you want me to solve for? Or maybe it could be some other stuff like logarithms or shifting, etc. What do you want to do? Or trigonometric functions, just let me know. And I'm going to pick some questions and we will work on that here right now, because I want to show you some stuff. Just choose very quickly. You can write if you want.
Teacher, it can be shifting.
Okay, shifting. Let's do the shifting.
Especially a graph function using vertical and horizontal shifts.
Okay, let's do that. Vertical. Okay, let's do this. Okay, let's choose one of them. Okay, arbitrarily. When you work, you can just start from the beginning if you like, but I just picked anyone. Okay, it says graph the function y is equal to absolute value of x minus 5. Okay, use the graphing tool to graph the function, it says. Click to enlarge the graph. If you want, you can enlarge it like that. Okay, now I want to show you this feature. Look, do you see this question help part here? Well, let me make it bigger. Okay, in this question help part, actually, let's say I don't know how to start this question, let's say. Okay, then I'm going to say, help me solve this. Okay, it's going to help me solve it. Okay, so it's going to say, first identify a simple function that can be shifted to produce y is equal to x absolute value of x minus 5. Which of the following functions can be shifted to produce y is equal to x absolute value of x minus 5? And I need to answer that. So they are helping me step by step to get to it. Okay, so I'm going to say, of course, this is C. Okay, let's check the answer if I'm right or not. Okay, I did an excellent job. And then next step, identify the graph of the function f of x, absolute value of x. So it is asking you a question. Which one is absolute value of x? You guys know it's the V-shaped, right? So I'm gonna just click on there, and then let's check the answer. Okay, it's fantastic. What is next? Identify the graph of, yeah, we identify what type of shift should be used to transform the graph of absolute value of x into the graph of y is equal to absolute value of x minus 5. Is it vertical or horizontal? Okay, so here you should remember that we had the vertical transformation, vertical shift if we change the value of y, but it's going to be a horizontal shift if we change the value of x. Here, the value of x is changed, not the y, okay? So we are going to say, so this is the horizontal shift. Let's check the answer. Good job. Okay, next, notice that the equation of y does not multiply or divide fx or x by any numbers. So f of x will not be scaled or reflected, yes. And let's see, it's just giving you some explanation, okay? These explanations are good, okay? And then what does it say? Let's move up. Okay, here. I wonder whether I can make it bigger. It doesn't allow me because I want you to see it better. Okay, maybe this is good. Sideways, it works. Let's move a little bit more, maybe. Right, it's much better, maybe, right? Okay. Okay, next thing, notice that the equation of y does not multiply, blah, blah, scaled or reflected, yes. The equation y, fx plus h, is a horizontal shift. Now it's giving the answer almost. Is a horizontal shift of the function f. If h is greater than 0, then f is shifted h units to the what? Okay. Okay, if h is positive in this case, it is going to be, let's choose left or right. If h is positive. If h is positive.
Right.
Left.
It is left. By h units, if h is less than 0, then f of x is shifted absolute value of h because it has to be a positive unit, so we take the absolute value to the right. Yeah, let's check it if we are right. Maybe we are wrong. Okay, so it's teaching you. Nice work. We got a nice work. Okay, what's next? What is the value of h for the given function? What's the value of h for the given function? H is it negative 5?
Positive
Let's write it. Positive or negative 5? Which one?
Positive.
Look, it is, consider this as x plus negative 5, right? This is like x plus h. Okay, this is x plus in parentheses negative 5. So here, be careful here. H is negative 5. All right. So let's check it. Maybe I'm wrong. Okay, well done, I got. Okay, very good. Now, therefore, how should the graph of absolute value of x be shifted? Okay, so we just look at the definition. It says here, if h is negative 5, if h is negative, then f of x is shifted 5 units to the right. Okay, so we just read it from here, 5 units to the right. Let's check whether we are right. Nice work we got. Okay, and then now graph absolute value of x minus 5. So we have the V-shaped graph absolute value. We are going to shift it 5 units to the right. 5, which one? C or D?
D.
That's right. You got the answer. So actually, MyLab is taking you through the steps. This is very, very good. Even if you don't know it, you can easily learn it. It is just useful for learning. All right. So don't worry yourselves that, oh, I don't understand. I didn't know. I don't know these things. Math is difficult. Forget it. Okay. So it's going to be easier from now on because it's taking you through the steps. Okay. Anything else you want me to do? One more maybe, or something else, some other subject. Let's solve because we have 8 minutes. We can do that. Let's solve one more. Let's solve one more. If you don't say, then I'm going to choose. but I want you to tell me. Okay, quickly. What else you want to hear? Maybe trigonometric functions, or even odd functions, or maybe composition of composition of functions, maybe domain, range. Which one do you want? Come on. Hurry up. Time is passing. Time is gold.
Can we do trigonometry?
Trigonometric functions. Let's do one from here. I'm gonna just arbitrarily, let's see. Let me choose. Okay, use the arc length. Trigonometric functions. Which one do you like? Graph and identify characteristics of trigonometric functions. Derive trigonometric identities. Evaluate trigonometric functions using the addition formulas for sine and cosine. Half angle formulas. Trigonometric equations. Law of sine and cosine. Transformations. Which one? Just
what's different between that?
What's that?
What's different between that?
Oh, okay. These are all, I mean, these are all subtitles, which means, I mean, each one has questions here. Do you see that? Each one has a question. So I just want you, I want to ask you whether you have any preference. If you don't have any preference, I can directly start with any one of them. I just want to do it interactively. So try to get you in the class, like comment on these things. That's why. Okay. Any questions here? If you don't have any choices, but I want you to be proactive, like you should talk.
Teacher, it's better be a law of sine.
Law of sine and cosine. Let's choose that. Okay, law of sine and cosine. Okay, let's choose one of them. Let's choose the first one. Let's see how it's gonna go. Okay. A triangle has sides A is equal to 5 and B is equal to 6 and angle C is equal to 60. Find the length of the side C. Okay, so you can immediately find the answer if you like on a piece of paper, or you can say question help. Okay, ask my instructor. Let's see, ask my instructor, what does it do? Let's check it out. Okay, let's say you tried a question and you couldn't do it because there was no question help, and then so you email me saying that, teacher, you can say, teacher, I tried this and I came until this point, but I couldn't do the rest. And then I'm going to receive an email from you. All right. You can ask me, you can email me the question. Let's send a question to myself. Okay, let's do that. How should I start? How should I start, teacher? Okay, you can do that. And then let's send it and see whether I get it in the email. Okay, close. Okay, so let's see whether I received that email, or maybe I'll check it in a little bit. Okay, so, and it doesn't give any more help. Okay, there's a textbook help. Let's go to textbook because we need to remember log of what? Cosine or sine? Which one?
Cosine.
Okay. Length C, yeah. Let's look at the law of cosine. Let's go back to the textbook and let's see whether we can find it. Okay. Let's see whether it's gonna help us to search to get there very quickly, maybe, right? Let's see. Let's wait for it. It's just taking time a little bit. So if you use MyLab, actually, it's going to be the easiest class for you. If you compare with other physics class or chemistry class or any other courses that you're taking, CS class, because since you have MyLab, if you cannot solve it, there's always help. You can ask your professor, you can use the help, which shows you the steps, and then you can refer to the e-text. And as long as you spare time for working on it, you should be fine. So you're gonna get A's. All of you are gonna get A's if you study though. Okay, if you study, if you get help from MyLab, And if you work on it rigorously, then you should have no problems. Okay? Yeah. But for some, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, so why does this not? Okay, why? I thought that maybe internet connection is not good because it's not. It takes forever. Let me try again. It should come up. Maybe. Why is it taking too long? I wonder. Okay. It came up. Come on. Page 39. Okay. Trigonometric function. So see, it just gives you where you need the help. Okay. 1.3 is the one that we are working on. It's just taking you there. Okay. It's a good thing. Let's look at law of cosines. Let's find it. Okay. There's the law of cosine and sine. Okay. This is our book that we worked on. Okay. This is about periodicity. And then not yet. Trigonometric identities. It should be a little further. Okay. Addition formulas. Not this is not what I want. Maybe next one. Okay, here. Law of cosines, right? So they give you they are asking you C, and they give you the angle that faces C, that C is the side C. They give you A and B. I'm going to just look at this, and I'm going to go in there. I'm going to take a piece of paper, and I'm going to write it down. Write it down. And then I'm going to go back to my question. I'm going to write down what 5 is, etc. Because it doesn't, you're not going to type it here. You're going to just give the answer here. Okay? And write it down, what A, what B in the formula, and cosine 60 degrees, sine 30 degrees, 1/2, and then put it in, and you're going to get the answer. Okay? Let me see whether, yeah, we can use any of that here. We can just write this, okay? C is, okay, A squared plus B squared, right? Okay, we can write this, for example, 5 squared, 5 squared, what is 5 squared? Okay, plus, but it just asks the exact answer, okay? So it's not gonna, so we should calculate this on a calculator or by hand somewhere here on a piece of paper and just write the answer here. So I'm not gonna go into this, okay? You understand, I believe, so I'm not gonna solve it. But if anyone found the answer, we can write the answer. Did you find it? Did you work it out? Did anyone work it out? Can I give you time to work it out? Okay, can anyone tell me the answer? Do you want to see the formula again? Where's the formula? Here, maybe. Not that. Let's close that. Okay, you're going to just put it in, the values, okay? We can maybe do it without pen and paper. Let's see. Okay, A squared is 25, B squared is 36. If you add them up, what do you get? 25, 36, 61. Is that true? 61 minus A times B. A times B is 30. This is 2, and cosine 60 is 1/2. Let's go to this. Okay, and are we squaring cosine? No, it's just 1/2. Okay, so 61 minus 30, it should be 31. Let's see whether we are right. Okay, let's check it out. Okay, it says maybe we made a mistake with square root or something. Okay, the law of cosines says that if A and B are the sides, theta is the angle opposite of, yeah, that's right. Okay, where did we go wrong? The computation, right? What is A? 25. B squared, 36. 25 plus 36, what is it? 61, right? 61. Minus cosine theta is what? Cosine theta, sine 30 degrees, 1/2. 2's are going to cancel. A times B is 30, 61, and square root of 31. I'm sorry, I didn't take the square root. Sorry about that. So what's the square root of this? Where's my square root? I'm so sorry, I forgot that. Okay, this is square root of 31. Yeah, you should correct me. Okay, okay, we got a good job here. Okay, so we forgot the square root. So sometimes actually my students forget to take the square root or this type of stuff. So I want you to be careful about that. See, if you are not careful, then you, even if you solved it, almost solved it, you lose the point. Okay, so we got this. And what else do you, okay, time is up, I guess. So this is how my lab is. If you have any questions, let me know. If you don't have any questions, we are going to take a 10 minutes break. Okay, Ahmet Metan has a question. Sorry, teacher, can you explain how absentation works at the end? Okay, so let me explain it to you. I'm going to take the attendance, and 70% of the time at least you have to come, otherwise you're going to fail the class. And then also I give 5% bonus. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to look at your attendances, and then I'm going to give, if you come all of the time, then you're going to get 5 points. If you miss some of the classes, then you're going to get the corresponding scaled percentage. That's how it works. Is that good enough, Ahmet, Metan? Is this good explanation for you? Enough explanation?
Yeah, teacher, thank you.
Thank you. Okay, very good. So, and now we are going to take a break. If you have any questions, let me know. Okay. I hope this is helpful. And yeah, İlke Dilan, go ahead.
Teacher, will you upload all lessons on YouTube?
Yes, I will. Actually, last night I did that, but I had poor internet yes, last night. In the morning, it's finished, and I emailed it to you, actually. There's only one part it's missing, and I will try to upload to YouTube again. You know that it takes time to upload YouTube, and for some reason, one was missing. One of them was missing. And I wrote it in the email saying that I will do that later, but I sent everything.
Section 3's lesson was missing, teacher. Our lesson.
Last week's? Oh, yeah.
No.
The one I'm talking about today's email?
Yes.
Okay. Yes, yeah, one of them is missing. Yes.
Yesterday.
Right.
Yesterday's.
Yeah. I'm aware. And I will check it and upload it again. After, and also while I'm uploading this, I'm gonna upload that too. And one more question. Who is asking a question? Oğuzhan Göksu, please go ahead.
Teacher, if I can solve the problem from the book, can I send with PNG?
No.
With email.
That's a very good question. You mean the homework assignments, right? Okay, so I told you that you're going to do my lab, and then on top of this, you're going to solve it by hand on a piece of paper. That's a good question, Oğuzhan. Thank you. I am going to ask you to download the scanner app on your cell phones. It's a free scanner app, okay? Free scanner application. So this, after you install it on your cell phones, you can use the scanner app, and then you can scan your work, your solutions. Of course, you have to write them in order, like first answer to the first question, answer to the second question. If you don't have any answers to the third question, just say third question, no answer. I couldn't do it. You can say that, okay? But it has to be in order, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, because I don't want to, it's otherwise I have 220, almost 20 students, and it drives me nuts if you are not really rigorously writing that, if you don't write them rigorously, okay? So I want them like that, and also I want you to scan in one single PDF. I don't want to look at all those pictures, okay? It is very difficult. I have 220 students, and I have to go through all these pictures one by one. It's just impossible. If you do that, I'm not going to look at them at all. Okay? So please follow what I say. Thank you. Is that?
I didn't understand, teacher. Can you repeat
Of
how
course.
we give our homework to you?
Okay, so let's say I give you a homework on my lab, and then you're going to solve it, and you're going to just choose, etc. But you have to write it by hand as well, because your hand has to improve. My lab, one bad side of my lab, I mean, you cannot write it on my lab. And math, you can improve your math by writing. I need to see your writing, handwriting, solutions, the work. Okay? So you're gonna take a piece of paper and write it down, the solutions as well. Okay? How you did it. Okay? And then I'll see that how you're going to upload them on LMS. Okay, but how would you, before you upload, you have to scan them as a one single PDF file, homework 1, for example. Okay, but you don't do this for homework A and B. Homework A and B, you can do it on my lab, no problem. But homework 1 and later on, you should do that because I want to see your writing. I want to see your improvement. Okay, I want to see whether you understand what you are doing. Okay, this is very important. Otherwise, you cannot improve. Okay, you forget easily. That's what I mean. Is this clear, Batuhan?
Yes.
Oğuzhan, did I answer your question?
Yes, thank you, teacher.
Okay, good. I think one more question here. Who raised?
Yes.
Is it Oğuzhan again? Oğuzhan,
No,
okay.
it's me.
Okay, lower. Okay, Shehmuz, go ahead.
Hocam, according to my schedule, that lesson is gonna be end at 2:30. Is it right or wrong?
250 should be. I thought that they corrected it. I mean, it should be corrected. I sent them an email to correct it. So, can other guys check whether they have this same mistake? It should be 250. It is like 1 to 150 and then 2 to 250.
So,
can anyone check anyone else? Because maybe there's something wrong with it. It should be 250. It is wrong. And I send them an email to correct it though.
It's actually.
Say it again.
My issue is that I can't join the after 2 lessons. And are you gonna take the attendance for each lessons or for the day?
Do you have a conflict?
Yes.
With which class?
With my 5 class. One of my 5 class.
What class?
The matrix distribution method. For the structure analysis. Structural analysis.
Structural analysis. Okay. All right, Seamus. You're good. I mean, if you come, I think you're fine first hour because you have a conflict. It's fine.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Thank you very much.
Another class.
That's right. First hour is going to be enough in your case. I don't think too many students have that conflict. You are probably taking it to raise your grade or something, right? To increase your grade.
Yes.
Better your grade. Okay. Okay, there's another question here. Okay, so Gülşen says it is 2:30, so there's a mistake. So we go until 2:50. Okay, it's 50 minutes plus 50 minutes, and then 10 minutes break, and then you leave at 2:50. And I sent them an email to have it fixed. I'm gonna remind them again. Thanks for telling me again. And if this doesn't change, email me again, okay? So we have to make it right. They have to change it. Okay, so let's take a break till 2:10. If you don't have any other questions, let's meet at 2:10, and then we are going to start chapter 2. Good? Okay. See you in 10 minutes. Bye-bye.